Welcome to the self-proclaimed second best podcast of the A7FL. My name is Casey Cox, the host of this podcast somehow. Alongside me, my partner, Derek Duncan Double D, the division owner of the A7FL Nevada.
What's up? Thanks for the intro, Casey. Who we have for guest tonight, buddy?
And for guest tonight, we have was a member of a Florida A7FL team. It is Rashad Davis.
Wait, don't sell him short. The return record holder and single game touchdown A7FL record holder. Is that right, Rashad?
Yes, sir. And in the entire season too.
Wait, what was that last thing?
In the entire season too. Ain't nobody ran more touchdowns than me in the returns in an entire season as well. So
wow, okay. I don't want to not give you your props. You need your flowers while we're sitting here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel like that was some shade, sir. No.
Yeah.
All love this play. All love, just hard work and dedication.
And that second voice, Casey, who was that?
That is, of course, one of the MVPs of the A7FL Nevada. It is Curtis Pac-Man Jones. How you doing tonight, Curtis?
I'm good. How you doing, Casey?
Doing good. Good to have you on tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, so
thank you.
So Pac said, I felt like that was shade because he is our special teams MVP for Nevada. Kurt, how many touchdown returns did you have this year?
Can I tell you the truth or you want me to lie?
No, I want the truth, man.
My first return was in New Jersey. I never returned or played special teams until the playoffs.
Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, every chance I got, the ball would like go over my head or go out of bounds, or it was someone else's turn, So selflessly, hey, my team, I let my teammates do it.
Well, hey, look, you got to let somebody else shine every now and then. Save your legs so you can be fresh on the other stuff you was doing for the squad, right?
Hey, as long as the team's winning, I'm good. I'm chilling on the sideline,
Well, I want to thank everybody for being on tonight. Obviously, Casey's required to, but you gentlemen giving up your night and being part of what we're trying to build here. Just kind of let you guys know what's going on with us. We're fresh off of 2 separate days of intense conversations regarding the future of Las Vegas and our fall season and getting prepped for our spring season. We did an online player session on Tuesday that was very well attended. I think the views for the video and structure of that's up to like 700 views now. So we're hoping there's a lot.
Nicely done.
A lot of players, a lot of fans who are paying attention to what we're doing. And then we did the coaches meeting today. We had 4 members in attendance, 1 online. Our commissioner was online. And the other guys who checked in after the fact let us know that they weren't going to be able to be there. So we had everyone at least present and accounted for. We're looking like we're going to have a real strong 8-team season in Southern Nevada. Northern Nevada still needs to shape up, but that's where we're at. But just to give you guys a heads up so we can get this conversation on the road.
Love it.
I love it.
Right on, y'all. So, like I said, fast and loose. We're used to having. I've done this podcast twice now. Once I was on the 3-on-1 podcast, which is the one that comes out of the East Coast. And second time we hosted a podcast and they were on the show. Now, those dudes know how to talk and carry a show. So we are forced to try to figure this out on our own for the very first time tonight. So we got Kurt, who's one of the most talkative guys on social media, hoping that he can fill the gaps. And Rashad is the most active dude in my inbox. So I know y'all know how to chop it up.
Yeah. All right. Well,
okay.
Hey,
I like it.
Let me kind of help get this kicked off then in a little bit of a conversation, and we can just kind of go loosely from here. But I wanted to start mainly with Rashad, just kind of get a little bit about his journey, not only to the A7FL, but then his journey to reaching out to the A7FL Nevada and his decision in coming to Vegas. What played a role in that?
Yeah, Rashad, what got you on our hashtag, man? Vegas versus everybody. What's up?
Oh yeah. It's always Vegas versus everybody. It's an honor to be a part of the division. What pushed me to the A7FL in general, I actually relocated to Orlando, Florida in 2020 around January. And at that time, I was actually training to get back on the pro circuit for USA Track and Field. So with that, the networking market, it kind of opened up, and I ended up putting myself into the flag football world because I did want to get back on the field and, just try to see what my conditioning and strength and mobility and all of that stuff was. Ultimately, Devon Gray from Tampa A-Team, he had reached out to me. And from there, he provided the opportunity, to come and rec shop. And a week later, I was on the train to go to Tampa. First game was against the Tampa Nightcrawlers. And, I be funny about it now because I literally made my name off them.
Yeah.
Literally. First game, coming off the plane, I'm talking about malnourished, tired, everything. I come out there and I go for 6 touchdowns. And at that point, I was like, okay, all of the training, this is my time. And this is my league. And that's what I felt. So I just wanted to, continue to carry that momentum going through the rest of the Florida season. It didn't pan out the way I wanted to, pertaining to the structure, the people, the athletes. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of a bad experience on the Florida division aspect. So ultimately, I took a year off, and then I had a child, so I had to come back to North Carolina to make sure the family was straight. And ultimately, I still wanted to get back into the A7FL. I saw my performances. I felt great about the league. And then I seen that the West Coast was, getting a division. And then Nevada ended up getting a division. And I've always wanted to come West Coast. I went to school West Coast. I love the weather. I love the climate. So I reached out to the Nevada page. Derek hooked me up, and we just been up from there.
Well, let's talk about that, because so there's a lot that you put in there that you just glossed over. So I want to make sure to dive into that, and then we'll talk about you reaching out to Nevada, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
So first off, so you were with the Tampa A-Team, right?
Correct.
And that year they went to the Final Four, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That's correct.
But you were not happy with the setup down there, even though they ended up a Final Four team. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? I need to get a better understanding.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that as well. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. So I'm a guy. So I was All-American in high school, all the way up. I know the structure of the game. I never cheated the game. And I just felt like, the structure there wasn't built around the athletes getting better pertaining to the training, the networking, the marketing, the sponsorships. Like, none of that was really into play. And even though it was a first-year league, first-year division, I didn't see the necessary the necessary steps we needed to take to expand and to elevate. So I just felt like I was the only one holding it down. Like, I was the only one training, only one, really putting in the work. I averaged 31 points a game in Florida. So the work showed.
Whoa. You averaged 31 points a game, or the team averaged 31 points a game?
Oh, I averaged 31 points.
Damn.
I outscored the team and the league, in that division.
That's what's up. Okay. Look, so you have to understand.
That's what's up.
Look, the three of us on this podcast, although we are all A7 all day, we don't know the history of the league like that. So to know there's a cat that's moving to Vegas that is responsible for 31 points a game on his own.
That's going to elevate our division, baby.
That's just news in its own right. So
yeah, exactly.
Well, the other side of this that gives me a little pause is when you reached out to me, and we'll come back to the full reach out. I reached out to Matt Ryan, who's the announcer for A7 and kind of my go-to for a few things. I was like, "Hey man, what do you know about Rashad Davis?" He's like, "I'm not sure I know that name." And then I told him about the returns. He's like, "Oh yeah, I remember him," and that was the extent of it. I'm not gonna try to put Matt on blast, but he's gonna hear this because he does our editing. I don't think he fully remembered who you were, to be honest, because anybody that put up 31 points a game is going to have a memory in a guy who's been calling the games. Let's just call a spade at that point, right?
Right. Yeah.
So let me just say with that, please show up out here with a chip on your shoulder and make them remember you.
Please.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think a lot of that had to do with the hate that the Florida division was giving me. I'm gonna keep it a band. Like at first, it was cool when I was out there helping the team, but once the publicity started to shift my way, and just the energy just started to shift. So from there, of course, it looked like arrogance, or it looked like I was just trying to stand out. Where in reality, like my play standing out on his own. Like, I ain't really have to say much. So from that, like I actually had to. I didn't even play in the playoffs in the Florida division because, yeah, I didn't even play because like either way, I knew I was gonna play in the Final Four on any Florida team because I was the best player. Like somebody was gonna pick me up, so I won't really worry. I won't really worry about my performance individually.
So give me a quick recap in the game that you guys put out of the playoffs, because we don't have the history here on the West Coast. So if you could just kind of run that down for us. What happened? How did you guys end up losing that? Was it a close game? Was it a blowout? What was that?
All right, so the Final Four, it was us against Patterson U, and I think the LA and the BIC. We got our asses whooped like 70-6. I was the only one that scored. I was the only one that had positive yardage on my side of the ball.
So one of the things that we've noticed, and Kirk can speak to this probably better than I can, because he was actually on the field making contact with them boys from New Jersey. I saw
about putting up all those points by yourself.
First, like, I was responsible for 2 tutties myself.
Offense and defense, I had to go out there, But
yeah, not beating a team by yourself with that, caliber of team,
those guys,
the camaraderie. Yeah, man, it's not gonna happen. And coming into that game, I knew we was gonna lose. So my goal was to go in there and put my name on, and that's what I did. So now it's created, an avalanche of opportunities for me.
So I'm going to put a pin in this question. I'm going to ask this question and have you guys think about it. We'll come back to it. So Kurt and Rashad, I want you to think about the level of competition and, from my perspective, the level of intensity and aggression from the New Jersey and Baltimore teams versus the teams you played in your division. I feel personally like playing in our divisions did not get us properly prepared for what was going to happen when we went out east. But I'm going to put a pin in that and have us come back to it later. So I want you to be thinking about that, because I think that's something we really need to expand on. Will probably be the final part of the show that we'll really dive into, because that's going to be the most important thing for all of us moving forward for Vegas and for the West Coast to have a shot when we get to the playoffs next season.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So, Rashad.
Yes, sir.
You reached out to me and asked if you could come to the Nevada division. You were the very first free agent that I saw actually reach out on his own. And when you reached out, and I'm going to paraphrase, but it sounded something like, yo, I want to come to Vegas. I want a team, and I want to be the franchise quarterback. Set me up. Quarterback. All the clips I've seen from you has been tailback and returner and receiver. So what's the quarterback thing? Are you trying to do like a wildcat thing, or you got an arm too?
So, and it's crazy you say that. When Devon had brought me to A team, he brought me in to be the quarterback because he didn't want to, have all that pressure. He wanted to actually be an athlete, et cetera, et cetera. So I came in to do that. But what happened was, so to answer your question, I'm Lamar Jackson 2.0.
Okay. I mean,
let's get it then.
So when I came out there and displayed my arm, displayed my running ability, and I also played defense against the Nightcrawlers as well. I had like 5-6 tackles. So with that, I wasn't able to fully display like my talent, even on the offensive side of the ball. Like I still didn't have the opportunity to, showcase, my receiving ability, running back ability, because a lot of that was just me getting the ball and doing my thing. It was no structure behind it. It was like, grandma's backyard. Like that's what I was growing up to do. That's why this game is so easy to me.
So, and thank you for clarifying, because I was a little lost on that, especially when you started talking about another player from the East Coast that you might bring with you. Are you able to elaborate on that at this point, or should we save that for another show?
Yeah, we probably should say that because they probably don't even know that I'm on this podcast. So I never do that. But just know that it's major. It's going to start an avalanche for sure.
Well,
if we haven't started one already.
It's two majors, but I was talking about the one specifically that kind of I talked to as well. So if that needs to stay in the wraps, we'll keep that in the wraps. We'll have that conversation another time because if he comes, I know he's not coming for the fall.
Facts.
So just a quick heads up to you. I don't know if Coach Donnie from the Insomniacs gave you this information yet, but he expressed to us in our coaches meeting today, they're 22 strong now going into the fall. You had that same conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I already know what's going on.
So the table has been set. Rashad Davis, most touchdowns in a season, most touchdowns in a game, going to come be the franchise quarterback of the Insomniacs. We will look forward to seeing what that looks like. I want to.
That's going to look exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you saw his clips, but that's some electric stuff. I can't wait to see the arm. So
absolutely.
With that, I want to roll over to Pac-Man and talk about the established champion of the Nevada division, the special teams MVP, who never returned until the playoffs. But had 2 touchdowns against the BIC. How many and I don't know how many touchdowns against the Snow Tribe, but Mr. Curtis Jones, tell us about your experience and first off, what brought you to the A7FL? Because what you told me via text gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, man. I mean, just looking for another opportunity to play. Like I mentioned to you earlier through text, I was just out there playing flags once I got home from college. I just started playing flag. And somehow Coach Mack got in touch with me, dude. And I was very honored to be one of the first guys to commit to the force. If you ever talk to Coach Mack, he'll tell you I've been a force member since day one, since the A7 has ever been brought up, since the Jamboree, since all of this, since the beginning of the Nevada division in general. Yeah, bro, I was just excited and honored to be a part of something so special, knowing that it was like an expansion league and knowing like just the opportunity to put Vegas on the map. We get overlooked a lot in sports, especially football. So just like the opportunity to go across the fucking country and you know, showcase our skills was an honor and a blessing in itself. It also brought a lot of opportunities for myself and other guys inside of our division. So, like I said, I appreciate Derek. I appreciate Coach Mack. And I'm excited for what the league is going to do in the future.
Yeah, man, we're super happy to have you involved. And I didn't know you were one of the first guys to get in, but I want to just express to you that there's something about a few of the guys on the force. It's different than most of the other football players around the country in this league that I've had the opportunity to have a conversation with. Y'all got real jobs and like
absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Like legitimately contributing members of society. I mean, Kurt, you are if I'm not mistaken, a union construction guy, if that's right?
A union construction worker. Yes, sir. Work about 8 to 12 hours a day. And go to practice after.
Yeah, put in work and then put in work. There you go.
So can you kind of give us a rundown of what it looks like to take care of your body in a way that you can perform like that on a Sunday?
Just, you know, working smart, pretty much working smart, not hard. Really just going to the gym and eating the right foods, you know what I mean? Just taking care of your body, your health. Trying not to do too much, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, don't go out there trying to be a star. Like, if you're good, it's gonna come out regardless. You know what I mean? You don't have to go out there and try hard.
Yeah, but your bosses think you're a hard worker and a star. So how do you keep
I don't
them
want to
impressed?
Take away from my work ethic.
Right, exactly.
I do work hard. I want to state that first. I do work hard. Really, just commitment, being dedicated, honestly, to knowing what opportunities could come, and happily did come, and Yeah, I just wanted more. That's all. That's all it really is. You gotta want it. In a sport like this, especially with no freaking pads, no helmets, dude, you got you got to freaking want it. You're gonna go out there and put your body on the line on Sunday.
Right.
So Monday through Saturday needs to be recovery, and you need to be in there. I go to a chiropractor. Honestly, I get massages every week. Um, I don't know how you guys take care of your body, but that kind of stuff helps me out, especially being a laborer. You know what I mean? I'm shoveling, digging holes and shit.
Right.
I'm underground all the time. So yeah, the time I do have, I'm in the gym trying to get some field work in. Just perfecting the craft. That's all.
Well, I'm gonna tell both of y'all keep your shirt on because I'm tired of seeing y'all dudes without them shirts.
You're not the only one.
So
Hey, I was born like this. I ain't gonna lie. So it's just like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think the very first time I ended up on the field with Kurt, I was like, "Man, you're a baller, but can you please cover up?" I don't.
Hey man,
Right.
hey man, you got to warm up. I warm up with no shirt every game.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and I mess with
we're
you,
gonna be out there together, no shirt.
and I mess with you every time, right?
Every time.
All right, so
Yeah,
we have a very unique situation in that Kurt has been invited out to an XFL tryout, and I have been invited by one of the other gentlemen who is also trying out with Kurt, Trey Robinson, to be there with you guys to help you through the process, make sure, you know, you can remove the distractions, make sure you guys are good to go and have the best tryout possible. Tell me about your road to the XFL tryout. How did that come about?
honestly, I was just sending out a lot of film. Once I first heard that they had a team in Vegas, once they announced their teams, I was really just reaching out to the league, to everyone really, and I was sending my film out. And honestly, I had got invited to one in April. I mean, in July, I got the invitation in April, but it was for a July combine showcase out there in Arizona. But I missed it. You know, life situations happened, and I was just so appreciative to look at my email one day and see that they were giving second chance opportunities for the people that did miss their invite. So yeah, I was honored to know that Trey's coming along with me. That's gonna be a great experience too. You know, that's my brother for sure. So regardless if he plays for the Pit Bosses, I love that guy.
Well, look, and don't get it twisted. And Rashad, you'll get to understand this very soon, and you'll hear me talk about it every time we get together. I don't care who wins on Sundays interdivision. All I care is that we all get better as people and as players, so that when we go to the playoffs, we're in the best position to win and to show out for Vegas.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
And I mean, me being, and I want to hit on this kind of a little bit, and you kind of opened the door there for that, Derek. So I will. You know, we hear Matt in his podcast talk about it's hard. He has the hardest job because he's the play-by-play announcer and he has to be unbiased. I'm much in the same position for the West Coast. I'm the play-by-play announcer. I have to kind of go into those games unbiased, and there's times when it's hard to do that because of the talent I see on the field. It gets me excited, but I have to keep that unbiased, at least in my head, unbiasedness, so that I can call the game down the line and call it in a way the fans enjoy it as well. And that helps, I think, to bring an audience as well as having that aspect as well. Somebody who knows how to be that unbiased mind, even if they have a little bit of bias personally. When they're on the air, they don't bring it, and I can't. And it's hard. It is. Matt's correct in that aspect. It is hard as hell to do that because there are some of these teams that we're like, dude, these guys are just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm fortunate that I've never had to call a game outside of a Vegas team playing another Vegas team or a Vegas team playing an LA team. When we are playing LA teams, I feel you, Casey. I have to reel it back because, of course, internally I'm rooting for Nevada. I have a vested interest. My entire retirement is in this league right now. So
absolutely,
when Vegas wins, my pocket wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's funny y'all say that because I mean, even as a player, prime example when I was playing against Patterson U in the Final Four. I mean, you knew right then and there, that was the level of expectation that you was trying to get to, and you saw from top to bottom, what you was going to see and all of that good stuff. Even in Florida, as I ain't gonna sit here and bash the structure, but first year organization teams, like you're gonna go through that. So I'm just gonna put it like that. But even in the midst of that, like it was so much talent out there, young talent, ungroomed talent. So just like y'all guys are saying, like you see it, and it's hard not to be biased when you see an athlete and it's like, oh no, like he the one. You feel me? And if you the one, you the one. Like it is what it is. Whether they naturally got it or they put in the work, it stands out.
Yeah. So that brings us all the way back around to the conversation that I wanted to save towards the end. But we can go ahead and jump into that now. Casey, you had something you wanted to add to that.
Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, absolutely seeing the talent level, and the talent that is in Nevada. I would say the only thing that I regret myself personally from a business standpoint is me personally not being able to get myself out to New Jersey to have that experience. Like, because I watched those games and those games were awesome. My God, if I could have been there in some aspect to help call those games, that would have been amazing. But being able to call, I know there's talked about possibly having some playoffs in Nevada, and we can get into that in another episode if we need to. But having some playoffs in Nevada, maybe I'll actually get the chance to call some playoff games, and that too is exciting to see the league grow in that aspect as well.
And we don't know what the future holds in that regard, but let's just put it on record right now, Casey. You and I are available to call a playoff game, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's circle back then. So, Rashad, you made a very good point just now, like the level of talent that you saw when you went up against Patterson U. Curtis, when you went up against BIC, different than the Snow Tribe. It's from what I see on the field and what I see about our league right now, we're very much, I'd say, like college football conference setup, where New Jersey is basically the SEC, Baltimore, the Big Ten, LA and Vegas, maybe the Pac-12, and let's say Florida and Ohio, the ACC, right? Lots of talent up and down the board, but Rashad, you show up and there's 2 or 3 guys like you on your squad. Kurt, you show up, 3 or 4 guys like you on your squad that you would say maybe equal to you in talent and the way you're structured. But when you line up against Patterson U and you line up against BIC, not only do they have 7 dudes with your talent level across the line in front of you, but 6 other people on the sideline with that talent too. Is what I saw. Do you guys agree with that, or am I sponsored?
Oh, Pat, you want to go first, or how you want to do it, bro?
What's it? I don't. I would say, man, you go first, bro. You go first.
Okay. Well, my experience, man, is just like you said. It is levels to it. So with the East Coast, with New Jersey and Maryland, you could tell that the structure is intact. You could tell that the camaraderie is intact. You could tell that the family is intact. You could tell that they've been in the league, for years and years and years, and they finally got it together. You could tell that they practice. You could tell that they fundraise. You could tell that they, you know what I'm saying? Even if they didn't do it, they make it look like they doing that, So when you step on the field and you see them together, you see them going through warm-ups, you see them going through drills, you see them huddling up, you see them lining up, and they warm-ups, hype. Like, I don't know, that's just kind of the culture that I was embedded in, and that's what I saw when I got there. So when I played them, now mind you, we're walking into the stadium in Florida one by one. Another person show up 10 minutes later, another, like we were never together. So I already knew we were defeated because they together and we not. That's where you lose and win right there. So I think that was the biggest difference pertaining to just like the structure. When you talk about the talent, I'm gonna be honest, like the talent all the way across the board within the league, I think it's even. It's more so the structure and how you go about your organization and program that'll determine a championship caliber team. And I think that's just in any league at any level.
You feel like it was the organization and togetherness of the team more so than the talent level. You feel like your Tampa A team, man for man, can match up with them man for man, but their camaraderie, their togetherness, their structure, how they practice together, they knew each other is what the difference was between you and Patterson.
Night and day. It was night and day. Because we brought a quality team. Because what people don't know is we put together the best talent that we had in that division and brought them to the A team. So athletically, we knew that we had the pieces, but yeah, the camaraderie, the structure, we didn't practice at all. I would show up on Sundays and, go out there and just play. So but that ain't how you win a championship. You might win a few games like that, but winning the championship and bringing home 50,000, that ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, we will all sit here and agree that talent alone only gets you so far. It's work ethic and putting it all together the right way that's going to create victory. So, Kurt, do you mirror that sentiment, or you got something different you want to
say? No, he pretty much right. He pretty much right. They really a family out there down in New Jersey. Like I said, I mean, a lot of guys down here in Vegas, we've been playing together since we were little too. And fortunately for the Force, we had half our fucking squad played together growing up. So it all came together down here, you know what I mean? But up there, where guys been playing together for fucking 7 to 10 years, it gets a little bit tougher, to stay organized, to just really the energy. For me, my experience when we went out to New Jersey the first time to play Snow Tribe, we knew that a team like that we can really compete with. We can play with those guys. Came out with a win. Next week we go out to Delaware to play BIC. You could tell the energy was off, in warm-ups. The players, their morale was down. The energy was off. I'm trying to pump these guys up. It wasn't like the prior week. Last week I was piping these guys up. And they was ready. They had that energy. They returned that. You feel me? They had that vibe with them. Against these guys, we're like, oh shit, these guys undefeated. They're ranked number 1 in our division. Everything. Oh shit. Oh, come on, guys. These guys are human just like us. All right. They're human just like us. We had a lot of athletes on the Force. We had a lot of athletes that matched up. I mean, look at we had Gianni on fucking Ashanti Worthy damn near the whole game.
And shut him down.
And he did a fucking hell of a job. He did a hell of a job.
5 catches for 25 yards for the offensive MVP. I mean, that's lockdown if you ask me.
And that's what type of That's what type of physicality and athleticism Vegas brings. But I mean, when it gets to those trenches, when you gotta hit every play, I'm talking about the line where you're hitting every damn play. Nobody wanted to fucking go up and hit variety every fucking play. Nobody wanted to go block. Nobody wanted to do anything. The line, they that's where you hold the biggest nuts. You got the biggest nuts on the line right there. I'm gonna just say that. The DBs, everybody, or the receivers on both sides of the ball. It doesn't matter what team you're on. You guys are gonna have a game where you're good. You're gonna have a game where you're bad. That's just simple. But at the line, you got to hit every play. I can take a play off. I can take a play off. I can take a play off every receiver. I'm a jog because it's a run play. On the line, you can't jog because it's a run play or a pass play. You can't take a play off. So, I mean, those guys out there, they understood that, and they were deep. They had full fucking roster, 50 guys. We're traveling with 20 guys. So, strength in numbers.
Yeah, and then they all celebrated in the end zone together.
Disrespectfully too.
Disrespectfully, but was an amazing clip that brought us all the awareness that we're all looking for. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Sorry we were the butt of the joke, but at least we were in the joke and got an opportunity to be there and got to be on TV and
that game
all
right
this
there
around Vegas.
Put the Force on for sure.
For
Regardless of what the score was, that game put the Force on. We got on ESPN. We weren't on the good side of it, but we were on ESPN.
Hey, at the end of the day, that's all that fucking matters, though.
So Kurt, I want to talk to you about something specific. I know the flight home you got completely fucked, and I still apologize for Frontier's ineptness on it, and I hope they made it up to you. But I want to talk about the galvanization and camaraderie that everybody had after the loss. I've never seen a bunch of men get their ass whooped like that and be so upbeat about the future, knowing, hey man, we lost that game because we weren't ready. we feel so good about what we're going to be able to do next season that we're going to party right now instead of being worried that we got whooped. What was your overriding feeling? I felt so good in that airport. Like we were having like the best time after a loss, and I could not understand.
After getting our asses whooped, right? Hey, no, honestly, for us, we were just happy for like just to have an opportunity to play the number one team in the league. You know what I mean? Like not everyone gets that opportunity, and we've already made history. We were trying to make some more history. Unfortunately, we came up short. But yeah, we're family. I mean, we're gonna have a good time, whether it's a good day or a bad day. Unfortunately, that was a bad day, but hey, we're just trying to have fun, man. That's all it was.
But to mirror your sentiment real quick, so just to kind of give you guys your props. I don't think Sterry threw 2 interceptions in any game all season. You guys had 2 picks. You had 1 return for a touchdown. Scored
Correct.
3 touchdowns against them when other teams have been blanked by them by 0. I want to say that you're likely right that the talent level we had was there and just our energy wasn't what it needed to be.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, we went for 4th downs on multiple occasions where we're damn near on our own 15-yard line. We're going for it on 4th down instead of putting. I'm not here to point fingers. We made a lot of mistakes. We knew to win, you had to play a mistake-free game, and we didn't do that. Bottom line.
And let me be the first to say that I take some responsibility in you guys not being prepared, because when the flight availability came and to get you guys there and the rooms and everything and trying to pull that together, there was nothing available to us. Like it was a nightmare. And to a man, you guys just said, you know what? We're here. We'll figure it out. Let's do it. We didn't get a chance to have a walkthrough for you guys. You know, the food that we got wasn't as nutritious as it probably should have been. I think we all learned lessons that day. I'm not taking anything away from BIC. Don't get it twisted. They were the better team that day. They deserved that win. But there's a lot of things that I could have done for you guys better. There's a lot of things that you guys could have done for yourself better. And you add those 2 things together, and we got a much closer game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. Preparation was a big part of it. Like Rashad was saying earlier, we didn't practice. We practiced once a week. Compared to a team that's probably getting together 3, 4, 5 maybe times a week. You know what I mean?
They actually do. They actually do not practice. That's
They
one
don't.
of the things that came out.
I was going to say that they literally come together on Sunday, and due to the fact they have the chemistry, and it's kind of like you guys in Vegas, Pat. Like they grew up together. One thing I realized about Patterson U, like that is a like legit community. Like all of them are like from like Patterson. So I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really are like, it's a culture, it's a family. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that, bring that out there.
So I mean, to our league, the division, everybody's on notice at this point. Now, everybody needs to have their shit together when it comes time to step out of our division. So that means we need to have our shit together within division so we can sharpen each other up. Every game needs to be a fight, and not to detract from flag. We can't have flag rushes and flag holes that are opening up for running backs. There needs to be some aggression at the line so people get used to that. So when they get back east, they can take the game to them instead of letting the game come to them.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Well,
Hey.
shit.
Also, there's a lot of flag guys that are very elite who are scared of contact.
It's amazing to hear your journey, Pat, in the playoffs, because my journey was like the total opposite. Like for one, ain't nobody pay for my flight, no nothing. Like I had to literally drive, catch a train, bus, all the way to New Jersey. So like I got in a car wreck, like totaled the whip, me and my girlfriend, my brother, you know what I'm saying, one of my teammates on, you feel me? So it was just like so much tied into even me trying to get to New Jersey. By the time I got to New Jersey, like I was burnt out, no bread, hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole 9. So
No, I feel that. I was
that
stranded one time, dog. Like he said earlier, I was stranded. On the way back, dog. I stayed out in Baltimore for an extra like 3 days, dude.
Yep, same with me. Crazy. I had stayed in Manhattan. I had to go from Manhattan to New Jersey to play the game. After the game, I'm keeping the band. After the game, I kicked it with Patterson and you. Like, all them Florida guys left me. It was me, my girl, and my little brother. Like, they left. They left in their rental cars and whatever. Shit. I wanted to stay and watch BIC and, the LA Aces. So I'm chilling up there with Huff, Dion, all of them. They treat me like family after stomping a mud hole in our ass. I'm just like, damn, like,
I can
love,
vouch. I can
some
vouch.
form of love.
They
But
nice,
like,
bro.
they showing me more love than the guys that I came up here with. And then from that point, I ain't gonna front, like me, Huff, Dion, they coach, they staff, like they respected me. You know what I'm saying? They embraced me with open arms, and we just built a connection from there. Like, I can go to Patterson U right now, and it's love. You feel me? And that's one thing that, again, I keep preaching about. That way. Like, it's a real brotherhood, love. Yeah, they might beef within each other, but at the same time, they know how to come together, like, for the greater good, for the league, for the division, and all of that. So, that was good to see on my end, because that's how I am. I'm from North Carolina, so we got that, real Southern hospitality type wave. So, yeah.
We're kind of built like that out here, and I'm sure, Rashad, that's the part of the reason you're coming. We will fight with each other day and night, but when it comes to try to test us as a group, like, whoa, you can't talk shit about him. Only I can talk shit about him.
And man, we ain't gonna get into the support level between Nevada and Florida. Like, is light years. Everything that I'm getting here in Nevada, you feel me? All I was trying to do is implement that in Florida, because I saw the vision, year-round weather, the culture. But it's just like, I don't know. When you got certain people in certain positions, certain people make that happen. Derek, shit, you making it happen, bro. For real, for real.
And thank you for that. Rashad, do you want to talk about how things are going for you on the job hunt, or are we going to save that for a different time?
We can talk about that now, man. So, man, Derek helped me with my resume. You feel me? And from there, I was applying for jobs. He helped me apply for jobs, but ultimately, I took it on my end to apply for myself. After he helped me revise it, Derek helped me revise it. From there, like, I picked up a 6-figure job, just off the strength of his knowledge and all of the trades and things I had on my resume. I just revised it, and now I'm turning down 6-figure jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, the connections and the networking in Vegas is night and day. Make stuff happen overnight. I mean, it's amazing. Like, my life literally changed overnight. And you talking about a guy, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't never had no salary job. Like, my whole life has been, grinding, professional athlete, commission. So yeah, this beyond football. Like, this changing my life.
Yeah. So Rashad, I'm gonna kind of sing your praises real quick. Legitimately, you're talking a 6-figure opportunity from sleeping on the street. So you legitimately went from 0 to 100 in the course of 2 years. So
yes, sir.
Man, you're bringing yourself blessings. We're just happy to help out. And like what do you say? I ain't gonna be dancing in the videos, but I'm here to help.
Right. You can dance in my videos, bro. You deserve it.
my gritty's weak, but I can do anything else you want. Right on. So all right. So let's talk about the upcoming season. So obviously, Rashad, Insomniacs, 22 strong, coming for the fall. Kurt, we don't know as a division owner what the Force's position is for the fall. I don't know if you can speak to that.
Can I state that? I would like to say that the Force will not be participating in the fall. We have decided as a whole, and just to look after our health and stay healthy, and just start training and prepare ourselves for what really matters, and that's that national title in the spring.
Mm.
So the whole force will be using max conditioning, and we will be there working out and preparing for March.
Heard it there first. The bomb dropped.
You heard it here first. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So all the new teams, you guys won't get a shot until the spring.
So now, Kurt, I need to tell you about some new information, and I'll make the announcement here. There is a potential that for the Vegas fall season, we might be playing indoors in an arena version of the A7FL. So we
Let's do it.
Would that be at Dollar Loan Center?
So the reach out has been to Dollar Loan Center, and they're connecting me with the booking agent on Monday. But they have basketball and hockey that are happening simultaneously with our fall season. So I doubt it will be at the DMV. But there's also the Orleans, that's an option. Las Vegas indoor. We talked to a couple other folks, but we'll see how it all comes together and see if it happens. And if it does, I want to take the season indoors. Obviously for fans, for the players, being in a better weather situation, but add a different element to the game of playing in the arena version with dasher boards and being indoors in the shortened field and the quick scrap scoring. I actually came up with a revised rule set to make it for indoor. That takes care of the throw off, takes care of what happens when balls go out of bounds. So that's all been established and written. We got the league permission to go ahead and do it. So
that's lit.
If it happens, I will certainly let everybody know, but it could be a lot of fun and a different look, and potentially what I hope will be the norm for the fall. So we might have a fall arena season that's, draw fans into an indoor game, and then the spring outdoor season, and run both every year. So
yeah.
And I mean, there are some guys from the force that you may see on other teams in the fall, just to get that experience and just to get that feel for the game again. But for the most part, as a whole, as a team, the force will not be playing.
All right.
But that does sound interesting. The arena, that sounds fun.
If we can pull it off, it will be an absolute fucking good time.
I was gonna say that sounds exciting.
Like I was on a plane after we came up with this idea for 3 hours, and I literally sat there and wrote a business plan and the rules while I was on the plane. I could not put the damn thing. Could not put the damn thing down.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so the other big news that I'm going to drop here because it got dropped publicly at our coaches meeting is one of our advisors with the A7FL, Dr. Jen Welter, and Matt, when you go to do this, if you need to cut this out, if it's not public, feel free. But Dr. Jen Welter has been hired as the linebackers coach for the Vegas XFL team.
Okay.
We have in our midst a actual coach for the XFL who is involved with the A7FL. Talk about a pipeline.
That is nice.
So, Kurt, I like your chances with your tryout, is what I'm saying.
Hey, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay. Now, hopefully, man. Hopefully, I get to stay home with that. That's everything going on with that. I mean, they say that if you do make it, housing and meal plans are paid for. So, but I just want to stay home.
Yeah, I think I saw the pay structure. You can get up to like 80, 90,000 with bonuses as a standard contract for them for the guys who aren't signing the star contracts, right?
Bro, yes, I was looking at that, and it's some great incentives to go with that league.
That's beautiful, man. And that's got to be interesting for a guy like you, Kurt. I'm going to touch on that again. And even for you, Rashad, I mean, you working a union job 8 to 12 hours a day, you definitely have potential to be making $100K at a regular job. Right. To play in the XFL, you have to kind of step away from that because they're going to require your attention 3 to 5 days a week, right?
Hey, man, right. And that's a commitment I'm willing to make.
Right. That's the dream, right? Playing pro football and getting paid for it.
See me on my end though. I'm a little bit on the outside end of that, like pertaining to XFL, NFL, like I've had my journey in that, had my share of opportunities as a youngin, and I don't know, it's just something about the A7FL as well as the market, the network, the style of game. Also, I'm 32 years old, so like realistically, you talking about XFL, NFL, any league of that nature, it's championship or bust. Playing at that level, at that speed, at that physicality, NFL is not for long. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, being 32 and expecting to make an XFL roster, NFL roster, it's like I'm not really like, that's not my main goal. My main goal is to be the franchise of the Insomnias, hold it down for the Nevada division and the A7FL, and keep the market going.
Yeah, that is a very, very interesting take. I don't think I ever would have expected someone of your talent level to on air say, you know what, I'm about this A7FL thing. I don't see a future in the larger leagues, the more popular leagues. I want to stick here and see this through. I wonder how many other guys in our league have that same outlook, because that gave me chills. I'm gonna be honest.
Absolutely. I was gonna say I'll agree with that. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected to hear that from an A7FL player live on air. But to hear that just shows what the A7FL is doing, and that they're doing something right. If there are players within the league that go, you know what, I don't care about that XFL and that NFL. Like, that's not for me. This is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. I want to be the franchise player, whether it's quarterback, running back, wide receiver, whatever it is, of this league and of this team, and build this team and see it through. Like that's got to excite not just us for the Western divisions, but the whole league as a whole.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you got to think, man, the market is wide open for this style of play. If you have any, star power, talent, within this league, man, that's endorsements, sponsorships, networking, marketing, all of that is going to open up. Like, that's what it allowed for me, like within the league, to be able to network with New Jersey, to be able to move to Florida and play in a year, and then to ultimately be West Coast. I mean, shoot, that should let you know right there. The opportunity's there. You just got to go out there and get it.
Yeah, the prospect of being a superstar in the A7FL for guys that are on the fringe and could potentially make an NFL team, but you're going to be an end of the roster guy. Maybe you can flash and get, become one of those superstars, but your chances of being the star in the A7FL is much stronger, and the star power of being in the A7FL with the attention we have from social media and the networking opportunities you talked about, that actually is a really good point. And if you're here and you grow with us, and the fan base grabs onto you the way they're grabbing onto guys like Pac, who's a social media absolute fucking giant now. Thank you, Pac-Man, for putting us on and putting us on your social media. There's so much you can do to monetize that. And we are trying to figure out as a league how to help you guys do that. And my time with Matt Ryan is going to educate me on how to help every guy who's got
the stars got to stay. That's the thing. Stars like, me, Pat, we got to hold it down and really embrace it. At the end of the day, it's like, I ain't saying fuck the NFL, but it's like, nah, like fuck the NFL, fuck the XFL. I mean, really, they the competition if you really look at it. So it's like, hey, either you all in or you all out. Like, I'm all in with this shit. You feel me?
Yeah, I do. And I do.
I'll even speak on the networking. I mean, kind of a little bit. You put out that filler, Derek, back whenever that was, for, looking for a broadcast guy to come in and maybe do the broadcasting for the games. I had literally maybe 2 months, 3 months, maybe max before that, just officially signed all my DBA paperwork for my business and started actually launching my internet radio business. I saw this and I went, the first time I saw it, I went, no, there's no way. They're not even going to give me a blink of an eye. And I'm not going to do it. I saw it again and I went, Jesus, this looks so fun. This looks so amazing. This could be what my business needs to launch. But again, no, I'm not big enough. I don't feel like I know I have the talent, but we're always our own biggest critic. So I was like, nah, I'm not talented enough for that. I saw it a third time and I went, you know what? I've seen this 3 times in the past week or two. Like, I've got to do something here. Let's just reach out. And from there, the ball started rolling. And boy, I'm glad it did. And I'm glad I got the opportunity, because it's been a hell of an experience and I love it. It has helped me grow better as a broadcaster. It gives me just something else to add to that resume of a style of ball I can call. I've never called 7-on-7 before. That was obvious. In some of the first few games I called, I didn't even know how to start the call of the plays because the quarterback doesn't take a snap. I'm like, whoa, what the is this?
Right.
This
No,
is
right. That's
crazy.
so different.
But then once I actually got the rhythm, I mean, my talent shows through. But that just speaks to the networking. Like, even that in itself, if I would have never reached out, that opportunity would have never came. I would have never met Derek. I would have never became a part of this. And now I'm thrilled to be a part of this, and I'm not going nowhere. At least I hope I'm not.
And what's funny, Casey, how many times did I tell you no before I got you on board?
I know at one time we had talked, and it was kind of like, okay, yeah, maybe this is going to happen. And then you reached out and you're like, nope, not going to happen. Sorry, just not going to. We have a national partner or whatever. And I'm like, cool. And I reached out. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yep, nope, sorry, just not this season. Not going to happen. And then he reached out. I think it was the second or third game of the season. He's like, okay, we no longer have a national partner for whatever reason. Can you be here on Sunday? And I'm like, shit, it's Tuesday. Yeah, I can be there. Let's do it.
The reason I brought that up, it speaks to the persistence, because we're talking about guys who didn't end up in the professional ranks like they wanted to, and here you've been told no, but your perseverance and deciding to come back and stick with it got you to where you're at today, in this opportunity of the A7FL, helping us grow it and helping us grow you. So we're all like that, right? We've all been told no 1,000 times.
Absolutely.
We don't take no for an answer. We keep fighting, and here we are.
Yep.
And that's good. I think that's what's honestly going to help this thing grow, is because we're a bunch of people that are stubborn-headed and aren't going to take no for an answer. We're not just going to sit down the first time we hear no. You're going to have to tell us no a million times before we finally say, you know what, okay, fine.
Exactly.
And I got to say, as good as this podcast is, we haven't had very much laughter on ours like they do on the 3-on-1. We're going to need to punch up our comedy skits here, Casey. I'm a little concerned. We're going to be losing the audience. Having enough laughter in this piece.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to tell jokes.
The funny thing is, I used to be a stand-up comedian, so you'd think I would know how to make this shit go, but here we are.
Okay.
Here we are.
All right, so gentlemen, I want to first of all say thank you both for being on. Is there anything specific that you wanted to express? Looks like we lost Pac for a minute. Hopefully he'll jump back. So Rashad, is there anything specifically you wanted to get in the open air while we're here and we have you?
Man, it's just an honor and a privilege to, for one, play the game that saved my life. It's definitely a therapeutic and stress reliever for me, but to be able to do it at this level, in a climate where ultimately I wanted to, kind of retire and settle down in the West Coast, it's an honor. And, these past few years has definitely been, Derek, as you know, it's been one. So, like I told you, like this year is personal, for me. It's kind of like, restitution. Just coming back and, taking everything that, I deserve. So that's what Vegas is going to get from me. That's what the league is going to get from me. That's what the assignments is going to get from me. And I'm just eager and ready to, come down. I'll be down next week, moving in, and just ready to get going, get the ball going. It's going to take a little time. Patience is a virtue, but, at the end of the day, just know, as the franchise, the squad in the group chat, they're eager. They're ready to get things going. They're excited. And the one thing I am looking at is that 0-6. Just know that won't happen this year. I can vow that.
No. You guys can go 4-1.
Hey, he came out of nowhere with that. He came out of nowhere. That's what's up, though. Hey, man, it's all love too.
It is, bro.
With all the
it is all love, and we're expecting you to be here, bro. We're happy to have you.
Likewise, and it's crazy. Pit bosses. So Keenan, my cousin. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the air. And I used to play for Bartley, so like, you know, I know some people out there. You feel me? The energy, you know, it's definitely real. So yeah, it's all love. You know, this way. Always Vegas versus everybody, and we gonna hold it down as a division for sure.
Hey, Rashad, as the play-by-play broadcaster, I will say, I hope you come out and I hope you show out and give me a reason to call your fucking name. I love that shit.
My God, of course.
So, funny story, and I'm like Corey Hammond over here. I'm always going to talk about myself when the opportunity presents itself. So, I actually know Keenan because he and I both played for Coach Donnie my last season playing semi-pro. So, I was the quarterback and Keenan was my slot receiver, and we really got real cool during that process. So when the opportunity came for the league, Donnie and Mac were the first two cats I reached out to because they were the two guys that coached me. And I'm like, look, I need to put a team together. I need you guys to be my coaches. And then when the league finally reached back and said, no, you got a division, I was like, all right, I need you to coach team. I need you to coach team.
Right.
So that's how that came together for me. But it's cool that you're Keenan's cousin, man, because that's my dude. I love that guy.
Yeah. I'm little cousin 2.0. Gonna get a little bit more. You already know.
Well, and then the other side, the other side of that is we haven't talked about it on air here, but I have been offered a seat on the board for the Las Vegas Kings that Keenan plays on for Arena. So it's all full circle, man. So I'm teaching him, or we're supposed to get together so we can talk about whether he wants me to coach him up at the quarterback position. There's some things that I see technical deficiencies in his game that, you know, as a running quarterback, it serves him well when he goes to run, but when he has to stop and throw, you know, there's some things that I've seen that we need to straighten out on him. So I'm hoping he and I can get together and we can work that out. So
yeah, you might. Me too, though, man. Come on now.
But look, I put it out there. Anybody who would be interested in some quarterback coaching from me, I'm happy to give you the knowledge from my perspective. I've only been a quarterback coach for one season in my life, and that was my last year of semi-pro because I threw my shoulder out. So they had me quarterback coach the guy underneath me, and it worked out very well. So I feel like I got something to offer, but you know, it's up to you guys to decide whether you want it or not. But I'm here for that.
I just want to put on the air that in the springtime I will be playing a little bit of quarterback myself.
Oh shit!
And yeah, that's
no.
Yeah,
Kurt, you dropping bombs tonight, dog.
Hey man, I'm just
with
letting
the
you guys know
bombs.
what's going on, bro. I got some good plans, bro. Listen, and this is not like, I don't want to, say too much, but I feel like I can be an MVP.
Look, you were already. Look, let's be real. You were already there.
So would you be mad if you was the co-MVP behind me?
I wouldn't be mad. Hey, listen. Hey, and you know what? Hard work beats talent when talent fails to show up. So listen.
Yeah.
Hey, we both got to work hard, brother. I'm excited to play with you, play against you.
Yeah.
And let's make this division very, very competitive for those LA guys and those guys up north.
Yep, I got it.
I think that's what we're all here for. Yeah.
So I love being on air with smart people.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So Kurt, parting conversation, parting shots, anything you want to get out in the air besides the 2 bombs you already dropped?
I'm just excited, bro, for the spring, because that's when I will actually get back on the field with the A7. I haven't decided if I want to. I'm gonna say this. If I decide to play fall, I'll be with the Pit Bosses.
Okay, that is another very large bomb.
So
yeah,
if I decide to play fall, I'll be playing with the Pit Bosses with Trey and Bartley. But I haven't decided yet, and practice is coming up pretty soon, so a decision will be made even sooner.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
All right, so Pack, I just got to say, Daniel Packer is a little upset that you stole his nickname, so I'm going to start calling you 3 Bomb.
Listen, Listen, I've been Curtis Pac-Man Jones since the 5th damn grade.
Was that after Pac-Man?
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones. Okay.
Absolutely, dude. And I've been the Pac-Man since, and I'm not gonna let. I want to say this to Daniel Packer on live, bro. I want to say this on live. My stats has proven me to have this name. Your stats haven't proven you to have that name.
So shots fired.
Shots fired.
We're gonna call you D-Pack. We call you D-Pack. D-Pack. Daniel Pack.
I love it.
I am the Pac-Man. I want to make that known.
Shots fired at D-Pack from the Pac-Man.
And it's all love. And he knows it's all love. You know, we play flag together, but hey, I'm the real deal. And I'm just say that.
Well, you are the truth, man. So as we're getting out of here, I just want to touch on something real quick. Kurt, I don't know if you heard that you did get honorable mention on the national level for Offensive Rookie of the Year. One of the things we talked about on our previous podcast is you got honorable mention and they barely fucking mentioned it. The reason why we started this podcast in the first place. So I just want to say congratulations on helping us put Vegas on the map, but equally important, putting yourself on the map to the point where the league recognized you, the fans recognized you. The force and the votes that they got in the fan vote was surprising to the point that the league reached out to me and said, "Hey, what are you guys doing with these votes right now? This is the information is coming in weird."
Yeah, absolutely.
No, listen, and that's just the support of the community, bro. That's the type of love you get down here in Vegas, and everyone, even outside of the football community, outside of the A7 community, they want to see Vegas win. So that's all that really is, and I do appreciate all the fans and everyone from the Force organization for helping me get to where I am today.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to what you said, Pat, because I haven't even landed in Vegas yet. I mean, the support and love has been unmatched from Vegas, coming all the way from North Carolina. So it's definitely love that way for sure.
Yeah, for real, man. And it's a huge community to be a part of. And yeah, bro, I'm excited to see you down here, bro. I can't wait to meet you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, Casey, do you have any parting shots or information you want to get on the air before we say goodbye?
No, I do have some things going on within my radio station. I've kind of used YouTube as a launching point for that. They can find me by KHLC Internet Radio Network on YouTube. I might have some interesting interviews coming up, to say the least, as part of that. So
post it and make sure you share it in the show comments so that people want to find you and see what else you're doing, because you're doing some really important and interesting things that are not football related that everyone should know about.
Absolutely. I agree.
Well, I want to thank all three of you guys for taking time on a Saturday to come together and give up a part of your evening to spend some time with us to help us get the word out and grow this thing. As I always say, you guys are the best part of the A7FL and definitely the best part of the A7FL Nevada. I appreciate you for all the energy that you bring to us and the love you show, and I cannot wait to help you blow up.
Oh yeah, likewise, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Derek.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Casey, you got to sign off. You got to sign off. We come up with yet, or are we just gonna kind of let it fly?
I think we'll just kind of let it fly. We need to come up with one, though. I agree.
Definitely need to do.
So I'll just sign off with Vegas versus everybody. Y'all have a great night.